Hey, good morning, guys. Dave Santarelli here from Santarelli Trading Exchange and BreakingChartAlerts.com. First thing I want to talk to you guys about is Kodak here. Okay, Kodak has been a company that's been struggling financially for quite a few years now, as the industry is advancing and new technology is coming out. And honestly, Kodak's been failing to keep up with their competition and technology. And shares plummeted down below $2 a share recently. And it was just announced Kodak was given $765 million under the Defense Production Act by our federal government, which in turn, Kodak is now going to be making drugs for COVID-19 and the virus here going into the winter months, which are expected to be the deadliest and worst months ahead of us. So the government took some initiative there. They're doing some pre-planning, and they're having Kodak now make drugs for the winter months here as COVID's expected to spread and ravish through the country here. So Kodak given $765 million here, and shares are up 250%, breaking above $9 a share now, still continuing to run. I think this one's going to have a nice run there, even higher. Take a look. Let's take a look where the next resistance at. We're going to have to go back a few years to see when Kodak was this high last. Okay, so we had some resistance, some short-term resistance between 8 and 10. We're breaking through that right now. Once we break above that 1250 and 1750, that's going to be your target zone if you were to enter and wanted to buy COVID as a drug manufacturer now under the Defense Production Act. So that's what I'd be looking for if you're jumping in Kodak. I'm not a fan of Kodak. I'm not going to be jumping in an event trade based on this. New highs on Kodak. So 1250 to 1750, that's going to be our target. And Kodak up almost 250% right now. Let's zoom back in. So big climb on Kodak. Moderna shares are pretty flat, down about 16 cents here in the pre-market hours. We got about 10 minutes until opening bell here. I wanted to show you guys a couple of things here. So Kodak, Moderna, big earnings after the bell today, guys. Visa comes out with earnings after the bell today. We got to take a look at Shopify. Shopify had big upgrades and climbing higher. Take a look here at Shop. And let me put Shop over here. So here's Shopify. That was just upgraded back to $11.50 a share. Okay, so she's getting a nice breakout here. It came back. It retraced down to support at $900 a share. It's breaking higher now. I easily can see this getting back up to $10.50 to $1100 in the short term next week or two. So I'm definitely going to be looking for a trade today, a trade idea on Shopify. I like Shopify. Visa has some unusual options activity. Let's take a look at the option chain for Visa quick. Yesterday, there was quite a bit of unusual option activity coming in. Actually, 1,800 contracts were bought of the July 31st 197.50s. So if we take a look here and go to July 31st 197.50 strike calls, let's change this to all 197.50, and you'll see here 1,885 contracts. That was yesterday, 197.50. Now they started coming in and picking up the 2,000 strikes. Or, sorry, not 2,000, 200 strike calls here, 4,953 of those. So, huge volume coming in. Visa, again, reports earnings after the bell today. Let's take a look at Visa shares in the background here. The 3-month daily, it's been coming down to 195, holding that area pretty well. 192.50 is some basic support there. Bigger dips down to 187.50, holding above that 10, 20, 50 SMA now. 197.50 has been resisted. Look at Kodak still running higher, 9.20 a share now, up $6.59, up 252% on Kodak here in the pre-market hours. Visa still continuing to run. I can see Visa getting up to $200 today. After market hours, let's see. We'll take a look at Visa and see what the implied move is and see what Wall Street's expecting as far as a move, the implied move on Visa is concerned. We'll take a look at that soon. Is there an echo? Oh, hold on. I see it.
Charlie Romeo Michael Delta.
Is that better now?
4 million shares at $4.50 per share.
Is that echo gone?
Charlie Romeo Michael Delta, CRMD.
Let me know if that echo's gone now, guys, on YouTube there. Sorry about that. Guys on YouTube, please let me know, Honka, if the echo's gone or if it's still there. Mike Tyson, Honka, yes, gone. Good. All right, great. All right, sorry about that, guys. So again, Visa, there's some unusual option activity that's coming in Visa. They're picking up the 197.50s and the 200 strike calls. You can see the open interest over here. Quite a bit of contracts coming in. Visa's reporting earnings after the bell today. So today I was going to give a trade idea on Shopify, and then if we wanted to give a higher risk earnings trade idea on Visa, we could certainly do that. The person that came in yesterday picked up the 197.50 calls. They picked up 1,800 for about $2.20, which was a $495,000 trade that was made yesterday on the Visa calls there for the 197.50s. So we're seeing a lot of things coming in now. We're going to take a look at the probably 200 strike. We'll see what the implied move is on Visa here, and we could look at possibly the 200. It should have at least like a 5-6% implied move here for earnings. Let's see. Watch list here. Let me quickly go over that. Let me close that option chain here. I'm looking at the screens above me for those of you that are new with us. Kodak still taking off, up $6.58 for the day, up 252% in the pre-market. Still breaking higher there, now almost up 260%. Alrighty, let's see. Watch list. Let's see here. What's this? VIX is up about 3%. Apple's down about 0.5%. Amazon's down about 0.3%. AMD's down 1%. AMD reports after the bell today, guys. Look at Kodak go up 9.32 now, up $6.68, 256%. We got about 6 minutes until opening bell here. Here goes Visa. Visa's climbing here in the pre-markets as well. Let's put this on today, and we can see what it's doing here in the extended hours. Here's the extended hours right now. A nice pop there on Visa from 197.10 all the way up to 197.81. So a quick $1.60 climb there in the pre-market. 197.99. Kodak is still heading higher, up 942, 260% now for the day. $6.81. So if Visa after earnings, this is going to be my target after earnings for Visa. Blah blah. That's exactly what I was saying on YouTube here. He said that's a dead company. They are closing most of their main warehouses around me. Absolutely, they've been struggling financially for quite a while. Now with COVID, whoever the CEO is over there, they did pretty well because a company that was just about ready to go bankrupt just got a $765 million check from the government to start producing drugs instead of camera supplies. So that's definitely a Kodak moment there, Quantum. Absolutely, I agree. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell to join CNBC at 3 p.m. today.
spending for the balance of the year. Michael Charlie Delta.
I know it's. I'm sharing the charts, John. Not sharing the newswire. That's on YouTube though, if you want to check that out. Good morning, Paula. Good morning, guys. Here we go. Less than a minute until opening bell. Gonna give the market about 15 minutes here, and then we can start looking for some day trades. I'm on my third coffee for the morning already. I woke up at 3 a.m. There must have been something going on. The helicopters were flying over, and I'm a light sleeper, so nice and energized today. Look at Kodak go.
Fed extending lending programs through December 31st.
Fed's extending lending programs until December 31st. Avilio, I'm not going to jump in Kodak just because the government gave them $765 million. You know, I mean, they've never made drugs before, so if you believe Kodak's going to be a great drug company, you know, be my guest. You could day trade it, absolutely, if you look at it today, 1 minute chart and want to day trade it.
3-month extension designed to provide certainty to borrower participants.
I'd rather trade something like Visa here. Wow, look at Kodak go up 280% now. 285%. 290%. Broke $10 a share. There goes Visa climbing. Kodak is now up 300% for the day. 305%. Look at Kodak go up 310%. 315% for the day. Let's see, Nvidia. And Nvidia is still at 413. Want to see Nvidia start to climb. Nvidia is a great play off of AMD. So AMD's got earnings today after the bell. So Nvidia, you guys remember when we played UPS and FedEx? FedEx was reporting earnings, and we ended up jumping into a FedEx trade and a UPS trade as an earnings piggyback trade off of FedEx. And that UPS trade ended up making a 297% return. So I'm probably going to do something again with Nvidia like that, doing something maybe like an out-of-the-money vertical spread that has a great risk-to-reward ratio. I'll probably be looking at least a 1 to 5 risk-to-reward ratio on a Nvidia trade if I was looking to do a higher risk earnings trade today.
ADIL, Dow Pharmaceuticals.
Nvidia 412.24, 412.63. Give the markets first 15 minutes here.
July 30th.
A lot of things happening. Fed speaking, big earnings report. Earnings from tech this week. Super Bowl earnings week. A lot going on this week. McDonald's had earnings. That stock pulled back quite a bit. Then it started climbing. It's definitely well off the lows right now. We could take a look at MCD. Had a big pullback. It was down to about 195, 196 this morning in the pre-markets. It's climbed off that lows. There goes DraftKings taking off now. DKNG. American Airlines is up about 1.3% here, 1154.
OCGN, Oxygen spiking here on very heavy volume.
Moderna having a nice climb there. Up 1.36% now. Continuing to climb Moderna. Big breakout there on Moderna. 1.5% now for the day. Looks like she's ready for a big move. Mike Tyson, how are you doing? Nice to have you with us. How's the fighting going, Mike? Up $1,000 for the day now in the normal account here.
Biopharma publishes positive IBS-D phase 2 study data in American Journal of Gastroenterology. That's Romeo Delta Hotel Lima, RDHL.
There goes Moderna, still on the run. Samson says space. Ephraim, make sure we share the link for Zoom in the trade room there. Kevin H, we are live. Yes, if you can hear me. Moderna's still running.
Chairman Nadler was in a car accident, not injured.
Wow, Nadler was in a car accident.
Attorney General Barr has been delayed. That from CNN.
There goes Moderna, another nice climb there on that candle. Kodak looks ready to climb. Moderna's climbing nicely. Nvidia still not doing too much there. And Moderna. Let's put in SPY. Don't even tell me these charts are starting to screw up again. Tyler, remember, Nvidia is going to either pop or drop off of AMD earnings. And of course, these charts.
SQVG, Sequential Brands Group, getting a pop here now. 729, the high of 40%. Sandy, Quebec, Bravo Golf.
Here's AMD getting up to that 10, failing, heading lower. Moderna's pulling back now. Let's see what SPY's doing over here. SPY's pulling back, 322.70 all the way down to 322.05. Might be able to pick up a day trade here, get a put for a quick day trade. Maybe we could do that in the computer in the back here that's on the Trade Challenge account. Look to make a quick day trade here, grow that a bit. There goes Moderna again. Hey, did you guys see Piton? Our Piton trade is killing it.
GRFS Grifols.
Peloton's almost at 66 bucks a share, up another $2.20. Came down, retracement back down to that 20, looking good, holding, climbing higher. Remember when it came down to that retracement here on the 20? Dave Galloway, remember that? Remember that retracement there? We got worried about Piton, but she held that support, and she continued to climb. Now we're going to be looking at that. Remember I talked about 68 to 70 was going to be our target there, and it's looking ripe there for a nice breakout here, Piton. Especially if the gyms are going to be closing again, which it looks like they will. I can't see them keeping gyms open, especially going into the winter months. So Peloton on a today 1 minute chart now, if you take a look there, nice breakout momentum, holding that 10, 64.25 support. You're going to be looking at 68 as resistance today. Possibly another $1.50 climb. $2 climb possibly. Let's see here. What else do we got? DraftKings, NVIDIA is finally starting to climb there, Tyler. See if she could hold that 10, or if she's going to fail at the 10 here. Look at Peloton still on the climb there, guys. There we go, Avilio. It looks like it wants to hold that 411.50. Let's see if she starts to climb there. And MACD wants to. Give it a few minutes. McDonald's is on the climb here right now from that low. Let's see. Starbucks is having earnings today as well after the bell. Starbucks is just in a free fall right now if you guys are checking out Starbucks. There's Starbucks. Look at that breakdown on Starbucks. 3-month daily here. She's coming right down to the 10. She might come down to 75. 75 is some good support area. So she's at the lows of the day right now. Looks like Starbucks is going to continue to drop here. I could see that dropping it down about 75, maybe a little bit lower, 74.50. Looks good for a put entry on Starbucks. But again, Starbucks has earnings after the bell today, so keep that in mind.
TFFP, Tango Foxtrot Papa, report that the company has developed. That's TFFP.
TFFP. Wow, look at that rocketing higher. That's going to rocket, guys. This is going to be a big breakout. I'd like to get into this one and get like the January Expo if they have on it. They've developed a drug like remdesivir that could be inhaled.
Hitting a high of $8.13 and halted on a circuit breaker.
There's a circuit breaker on it.
20% at the high off of that news, TFFP.
Guys, you guys hear that news? That's on a circuit breaker right now, so shares have been halted on that. Nice climb on Moderna. She's breaking out again here for the day. She's at the highs of the day already. $82 a share. Big breakout again on Moderna. Wow, look at that breakout. No, I didn't see that, Vinny. Do you want to share it here? NVIDIA is holding that 10 so well. Take a look at this, guys, here quick.
SYPR, Cyprus winning orders for gas projects in Brazil and Canada. That's Sandy Yankee Papa Romeo.
Look at that consolidation and how it's holding that 411 area so well here. So she's been having struggle with 413. 413 is going to be the resistance there. If she could break above that resistance here at 413, she's going to be heading higher, and we'll be looking for that 417, 418 by the end of today. So keep an eye on NVIDIA. She's holding that 10-day simple moving average, and she's holding that 411.50 area pretty well. So keep an eye on that. Nice to see if that gets that 1020 cross. Just had the MACD cross. Now look for that 1020 cross and the first candle above 413. That'd be a nice entry there for NVIDIA day trade breakout momentum. Moderna. Hey, guys that are with us on YouTube here, do you like when we're showing the charts, you know, while we're waiting for news, events, breakouts, or do you like seeing this? That's so important here for you guys to understand. You know, Moderna came down. She retraced down to support right around 65 bucks. Those of you guys that know our trade plan know how important that red 50 SMA was. We had that breakout. She's breaking above 4.5% now for the day, 83.54 a share. Our target's going to be between 90 and 95. So we're looking here at doing a vertical spread. But here we go. This is a beautiful trade right here. If we picked up the 89.90 vertical spread, it's going for, it was just at 23 cents. It was at 25. Now she's at 30 cents. Even 30 cents to be worth the difference here between these two strikes. Difference between 89 to 90 is 1. So 1 divide that by what you're paying for it. If you're paying 30 cents, 1 divide that by 0.3. You're looking at a 333% gain there. So that's not a bad trade idea, the 89.90 vertical for August 7th Expo. If she gets back up to that target profit area, that's going to have a massive 300% gain for you. So far for the day here, we are up $1,435. That's unrealized so far today. Now it's up about $1,800, and that's really being fueled by Moderna here. And then we have the Moderna August 21st calls. Those are up nicely today. Let's see, what else do we have? Peloton's up very nicely. Amazon July 31st earnings trade spread is looking good. Overstock, wow, Overstock is killing it for us. We have nice gains on our Overstock trade. What is Overstock at now? Overstock is at 58.27. Wow. She broke 60 bucks today, almost 60.75 Overstock. Take a look here, OSTK. I've been telling you guys this is going to be going to, I think this is going to hit 100 bucks a share by the end of the year. Just like Wayfair. Take a look at what Wayfair has done. So here's Wayfair. It's at $226 a share. If you go back 6 months here when COVID started, she came all the way down to about $22, $21. 20 bucks it came down to. It had 1,000% return in the past few months here. So that's why I've been sharing with you guys Overstock. She's only at about, what, 60 bucks now? I think that's going to easily be $100. And if you guys are trading options, the potential gain on that is massive there for you. So keep an eye on Overstock. That's one that's a great longer-term swing trade idea. Kodak Shares still climbing, 310%. Look at that breakout on Kodak.
TFFP getting top here after resuming. Hit $9.59 now. Tango Foxtrot Papa. Report that they have an inhaled version of remdesivir. 974 the high on TFFP, and looks like it was halted again on a circuit breaker. $9.74.
Oh, that TFFP again halted.
45%.
Wow, it's up 45% now. Do you see how quickly that moved? Last time it was up 20%. Now it's up 45%. That's going to be up 200% by the end of the day. They just made an inhalable version of it, remdesivir. So that stock is rocketing higher here today. Quantum, thank you. Quantum on YouTube, he says, Dave, what a great call on McDonald's last week you made. Thank you. I appreciate that. It's a big earnings week, so this week you gotta trade smaller. I mean, you could day trade the volatility here. This week is incredible for day trading, but as far as swing trades go, if you start making swing trades, you're gonna get slammed with your account there if you're wrong, because the implied moves are so massive and the options are extremely expensive with earnings this week. So sit back this week and look for day trades or trades that aren't reporting earnings this week. But if they're in the same sector as companies that are reporting earnings, they're going to get that piggyback effect off them. So you have to understand that. Very important to keep your eye on that. Hey, Joseph Callahan, are you a member with us? Be glad to help you there. Peloton coming down to 64.50 there. Let's see if it's going to hold that 50 SMA on it today, 1 minute. Like to see what that TFFP does. I'd love to pick up a nice little day trade on that. Waiting for that TFFP. Looking at some other things here. Not too much going on. Starbucks finally starting to climb off the lows here. Take a look at Starbucks chart. Today, 1 minute. Starbucks starting to come off the lows here. Turning around. Had the MACD cross. Let's see. It breaks 75.50. Avilio sold Moderna for a 52% gain. Avilio, now aren't you happy you held that overnight? When Avilio was at the office yesterday, he's like, oh man, should I sell that for, I'm up like 13%. I'm like, bro, the news on this is going to cause Moderna to continue to run higher. There goes that TFFP again. It just got unhalted. What is Moderna doing now? 82.35. I didn't get into Moderna trade on the other account, did I? Let me take a look. No, I didn't. Okay.
ERBN, Trevina shares popping here. Trevina up 9% at November.
What a pullback on TFFP. She's volatile there. Let's take a look at the today 1 minute.
Manufacturing Index plus 10 in July versus 0 in June.
Moderna's holding that 20 and looking ready for a breakout if she could hold above it and get that confirmation candle. Running here, looking good. Eddie just said he bought some Kodak calls. Let's see here. KODK. Nice, Eddie. Let's see. KODK. Look at Kodak go. 340%. When I was talking about that in the pre-market hours, it was only up 180%. What a hell of a move there. Eddie, what are you up on those now? He just got out at 540. He was in at 499, out at 540. Quick 8% gain. That's not bad, Eddie. Nice job.
NBRV, Nebreva receives European approval for Zenleta for treatment of community-acquired pneumonia. That's November Bravo Romeo Victor, NBRV.
NBRV, 87 cents a share. This is going to rocket. They just have a drug out now for COVID pneumonia. It's an 89-cent stock. That's a nice little day trade there for you. That's probably going to rocket higher here off that news, guys. I want to jump in. I was thinking about either the trade challenge account or the normal account here. I'd love to jump in. Let me see what the volatility is going to be like here. There goes Kodak again, Eddie. Kodak up 350%. Yeah, that NBRV is not doing anything. I thought that was going to start moving. Piton's still on the climb there. Starbucks failed at the 20. Still pulling back.
INSG and Seago spiking here. Indian River Sandy Gulf. 1163.
American Airlines is
INSG.
getting a nice little pop here. Let's take a look at the 3-month daily. American Airlines has some really strong support here right at, let me see. I mean, she has some really good support right here at that 11. That's not what I wanted. Here we go. She has some really good support here at that $11 a share area. So this is great support. The nice thing about this is if you wanted to jump in a trade on American Airlines, you could say your stop's $11, only 57 cents, 56 cents lower than where it's at right now. $11 could be your stop, and you could be looking at a $14 target over the next few months here. That's something I'd get calls for maybe like June of next year, March, April, May of next year. Think of next year's spring break. People have the vaccine, they start traveling again. American Airlines starts to climb. Might get up to that 17. That's going to be our second target, and then our third target would be $20 a share. So, target 1. Target 2. And then here is target 3. So what I'd be looking for is a trade on American Airlines. Let's take a look at the option chain here. June of 2021 on American Airlines. Take a look at that. June of 2021, you're looking at the 10 strike call here. You can even pick up the 15. 10 strike calls going for about $4.85. So it's going to cost you $485 for that. I think that's going to be an easy double or triple here. So I think I'm going to do a
Phillies game postponed again tonight.
New York, the Phillies game postponed again. New York
players.
Phillies game. Alrighty, so American Airlines, once we get off here, I'm going to send out a trade idea. American Airlines, June 18th, 2021. 10 strike at 4.85. Target 1, 14. Target 2, 17. Target 3, 20. And then if you look at the delta of that, you can calculate what your gain's going to be once you get up to those areas. Target 1, target 2, and target 3. So
I report that 4 more Miami Marlins players have tested positive.
4 more Miami Marlins players test positive. Well, Vinny, if you're asking me between American and Delta, you know, I like Delta a little bit more personally than American, but, you know, Delta's a little bit more expensive there. Delta, it's just the same as American Airlines. I think American Airlines a really nice opportunity here, and if you go back even further, 6 months or a year, you can see this has some really great potential here.
It will not return to Las Vegas in 2021.
CVS is not returning to Las Vegas. MasterCard and Microsoft are coming together and accelerating their MasterCard Labs cloud. Let me see what that NBRV is doing again. Okay, that's not doing much. Moderna's looking good. Let's see, Harley Davidson. I can't believe this stock, 27 bucks. I remember back, did they have a reverse split? Or do I just have to go back further? I remember when they were like $3 a share. When was that? Here it is, back here. What year was this? I remember watching it when it was $3. Couldn't have been that long ago.
Dow Pharmaceuticals shares hitting a high $1.58 now as the company to make a presentation on Thursday. Alpha Delta India Lima.
There goes that NBRV now. There she goes. You know, should I jump in and get a quick 1,000 shares? You know, that can make you a quick, $500. And it doesn't cost much. 1,000 shares are going to cost you $880. You want to buy it and hold it to $5, and then you make a $5,000 profit. If they're doing medicine related to COVID, especially with pneumonia, that's for later stages, it's going to pop, and there's going to get momentum behind it.
Twitter says Donald Trump Jr.'s account limited for 12 hours, says it did not suspend. Trump Jr.'s account limits the account for COVID misinformation.
Twitter just shut off Trump Jr.'s account for 12 hours for giving COVID disinformation. Weekly fuel reports out. Efren or Avilio. Remember I was talking about that stock that I made a ton of money on and went and bought the house? What stock was that? I thought it was PCYC.
Chicago's emergency quarantine travel order.
I'm trying to find that. I thought it was PCYC, but I can't find a chart on it. What the heck was that? It was, what, 12 years ago. I made like $140,000 day trading this stock. And the next week I went out and bought a house. And I was thinking about that when Avilio was here yesterday, and I wanted to look at that chart, but can't remember what the heck it was. There goes Facebook getting a climb. NBRV. Moderna, 8211. Kodak, KODK, 1122. I'm holding on to it there, Ram. $412.35. Nvidia's really breaking out nicely. There goes Nvidia, Ram. You watching it? Starbucks flattened out. Take a look at Starbucks here. SBUX. Take a look now with our trade plan. How beautiful that is right there. That beautiful consolidation area from 75.50 to about 75. So beautiful sideways action there. She's trading in the NTZ. This was our breakout momentum. She traded lower. Then she got into, this is the BDM. Breakdown momentum. Now we're in the NTZ with Starbucks. Now a candle above here would signify the breakout momentum forming. So that's what you're looking for if you're just sitting here relaxing. You know, Vilio was here yesterday. He's like, Dave, you're so relaxed when you're watching these charts here. And, you know, you have to be. You know, you have to know the trade plan. You have to know what to watch for.
IZEA, IZEA getting a pop here. India Zulu Echo
There goes
Alpha.
Nvidia
IZEA
again.
Getting some Twitter mention. $1.14.
Nice Avilio. He just bought 100 shares of it for 80 bucks. See what happens.
Shares hitting $1.15 at the high now on IZEA, IZEA.
Still only up 1,300 for the day.
Point play. Circulating a press release that came out in 2018, actually. That's India Zulu Echo Alpha.
Let's see, Kodak, KODK. What's that doing? Eddie, are you still in that? Or did you get out of that?
FRAN, Francesca's, resumes trading now, 7.59, well off the pre-market high of $10.40 now. Foxtrot Romeo Alpha November. DSS, Document Securities, 865 the high. Delta Sandy. PFE Pfizer CEO says possible that its experimental COVID-19 vaccine can be used if immunity fades over time. That on their conference call.
Don't go away.
Pfizer CEO says company hopes to have novel antiviral treatment for COVID-19 in the clinic by September.
Peloton starting to take off again. Another nice few candles there. If she could break above that 65.75, I might buy back that short leg or add and make it in and turn that trade we have into a ratio spread. But right now, take a look at NVIDIA. NVIDIA getting a nice climb there. 413.28 starting to run there. We can look for that 415 as the next resistance here on NVIDIA. NVIDIA trade is almost green for the day here. Nice climb. Yeah, Vilio, I was just taking a look at that. Visa's looking good too. 198.18. Up $2,000 for the day, guys. Unrealized.
XELA, Xela Technologies hitting a high.
Good morning, Will.
Now, 32% on very heavy volume. X-Ray Echo Lima Alpha, after the company earlier announcing the collaboration with MasterCard. PSTV Plus Therapeutics, seeing some volume, getting a property of $2.80. Papa Sandy Tango Victor, PSTV. Company announcing completion of its 5th dose escalation cohort of Respect glioblastoma clinical trial. That's Papa Sandy Tango Victor, now at 285. The intraday high up 13%, Papa Sandy Tango Victor.
There goes NVIDIA again, breaking
Daily
414.
coronavirus hospitalizations for July 27th, up 2.4% at 585 from the previous day. Deaths up 3.16%. To a record 191 from the previous day. Cases up 2.13%.
Guys, the numbers are out. Let's see what SPY's doing with that news. I'm expecting SPY is going to start to take a dip here. Let's take a look. There's SPY over to the right. She's dropping here further. She's going to have a quick drop here. I could look for a day trade if I want on that.
Pfizer CEO says disappointed with President Trump's executive order on drug pricing. Pfizer CEO says Trump's drug pricing executive order could force the company to rethink its U.S. expansion plans and lead to job cuts. That on their conference call, BFE Pfizer.
Oh, Pfizer. Give me a break. Greedy bastards. Trump wants to make it affordable, and Pfizer's upset because Trump's limiting the profits they can make off of it.
NMTR, 9 meters biopharma, getting a pop here, intraday high now. Company announcing earlier issuance of a patent for the use of liraglutide in acute lung injury and acute respiratory distress syndrome. That's NMTR. TLRY, Tilray at the highs of the day now. Tango Lima Romeo Yankee, TLRY. BLNK, Blink, getting a pop here to the highs of the day. Bravo Lima, at the intraday high, $7.49, BLNK. Schumer says GOP stimulus plan is not a satisfactory starting point. NMTR, 9 meters bio, getting some mention from SunTrust. Says new liraglutide patent to address lung injury, potential use in COVID-19. Positive note now from SunTrust on NMTR.
Paula said CGC.
There's 9 meters spiking here, 65 cents on that positive note from SunTrust.
CGC on the move ahead of APHA earnings in the AM. Can it go higher? Hee hee. Let's see, Paula. CGC. Wow, what a nice climb on CGC. Up over 7%. Paula, I think that could get up to $19 easily by the end of the day. Oh, excuse me. Thank you, Joe Callahan. I appreciate that. I had 3 coffees today because I woke up at around 3:30 a.m. There was helicopters flying over. I'm a light sleeper, so I couldn't get back to bed. On my 3rd coffee, and I got my legs are shaking like crazy here. Come on, Paula. Let's see that go for you. Let's see, is Eddie still in Kodak? Kodak's not doing too much now. Starbucks wants to hold there and start to climb. What a big retracement on Starbucks today, down over 2%. I'm not a big water fan, Vincenzo. If I drink water, I usually gag, so stay away from it for the most part. They probably do. That's honestly why I lost so much weight last year. You know, I stopped the soda and I just drank water. I drink the flavored water, though, from Zephyr Hills. Oh my, regular water, Amy, if it goes near my mouth, there's a smell to regular water I just can't stomach. Now, if I put Mios or something in it, then it's a little bit better, you know? But the Zephyr Hills, they have the, of course, I don't drink from the faucet. If I drink water, I drink from a bottle.
CNX Resources popping here to the high, 964.
That's what the wife says, Paula.
X-ray.
Tyler, eBay earnings after the bell today. We'll take a look at eBay. Kodak's probably going to continue to run. Think about when that gets on the news tonight. That just came out this morning.
DRFS Griffles getting a pop here to the high. Golf Romeo Foxtrot Sandy. Another press release about delivering their first manufactured batches of anti-SARS COVT hyperimmune globulin for clinical trials. That's GRFS.
Joe Callahan, you're not the Joe that I met here in Orlando, are you? You're not the one that went on a date with my mother-in-law, are you? I think that was a Callahan too. Elias, you're funny. You smoked that, Elias? Thanks, Joe. I appreciate that. Elias, is medical marijuana legal up there in Virginia? I'm not sure. Yeah, Vincenzo. I wasn't going to bet against MMM 3M. That might be a good hook pattern. Let's see what that does. That's not too big of a drop down. 5%. I think you're going to see that start to rebound quick. And if that rebounds, we got to jump in that. If I drink water, it's definitely Fiji or the, what's that other one? Aquafina. And then that Voss. I've been liking that Voss. But like I said, I actually have a Mios bottle here because Ephraim brought some waters to the office when he first started working for me. Obviously, he doesn't know me. I'm not a water fan, but so we had the water here. So the one day I'm like, yeah, well, the water's there, so I might as well pick up some Mios. Got that. But still, even with the Mios, not a big water fan. Elias, you have to try True Leaf. True Leaf has some great products. Down here, it's like a 7-Eleven, you know, there's so many of them. And they're always packed.
Shares of Kodak, Eastman Kodak pulling back now 969, hit a high of 1180 earlier. Following a report that they received a $765 million loan to use to begin production of drugs under the Defense Production Act. Kodak Shares now at 973, up 270%, well off the highs now.
I'm looking at the watch list here. There's really not too much.
And Nouveau 13G filing out now. India November uniform Victor.
Take a look at that. NVIDIA still wants to break higher. It's not breaking down like other things are here, but it's really not climbing either.
ETON, Eaton Pharma getting a pop here to the high on volume, 672, Echo Tango Oscar November, ETON. Eaton was awarded a 5-year VA supply contract.
Starbucks still climbing there. I'm watching NVIDIA in the NTZ 413.15. Just not much going on here yet. I think we're waiting for some more COVID numbers.
XBIO, Genetic Biosciences, says we think we have a unique differentiated platform that has real opportunity to make a clinical difference. X-Ray Bravo India Oscar, a tweet from the company now. XBIO, getting a pop on that. FBFT, Future FinTech, getting a pop to the high 289, Foxtrot Tango, Foxtrot Tango.
There goes NVIDIA holding that 412.50. Lily's still on the climb here. Starbucks at that 50. Seeing if that's going to hold. Peloton here. I'm watching that one on this other chart. Here's Peloton. It's just been trading in the NTZ. SPY is finally starting to get a nice candle here. Look at that candle on SPY. There you go, guys. Major League Baseball. They just announced they're postponing all games now.
Pfizer CEO says we expect people will have to have continued vaccination for a number of years to maintain herd immunity for COVID-19. China's Wang Yi says to make resolute response to imperious U.S. JBLU JetBlue says sees Q4 revenue down about 60 to 70%. That's from the president. JBLU JetBlue. RIOT, right, blockchain getting a pop here to the high, $3.09, Romeo, India, Oscar, Tango. BOX, the box says, unlocks a new level of security in the cloud by adding intelligent automated classification to box field, BOX. Pfizer says no country in the developed world will receive coronavirus vaccine doses at a lower price than the U.S. for similar volume commitment. That's PFE Pfizer. Says pricing for coronavirus vaccine would remain similar if U.S. government wants to purchase additional doses.
You guys are hearing that, right?
Pfizer says after pandemic period expects to return to more regular supply channels, value-based pricing for COVID-19 vaccine. Says that's PFE Pfizer.
Alrighty, YouTube, it's 11. We're going to be getting off of here now. If you guys want to come join us, please go to breakingchartalerts.com. You guys could click here on pricing membership plans and check out the membership. Join us for the live trader, the pro trader membership, and a lot there. Once you guys sign in, you'll have access to a ton of stuff there. So if you guys want to come join us, breakingchartalerts.com, and I will see you guys on YouTube tomorrow. Alrighty, take care, guys.